reset our nation, Ghana. Resetting Ghana goes beyond simply managing our issues. It involves transforming how we govern, how we produce, and how we share the fruits of our prosperity. Over the past year, we've taken decisive steps to stabilize our economy, restore investor confidence, and rebuild fiscal discipline in how we manage our resources. Inflation is declining, the cedi, our local currency, is stabilizing, and confidence in the Ghanaian economy is gradually returning. We've renegotiated our debts to obtain more sustainable terms for our people, and we've redirected valuable national resources towards healthcare, education, agriculture, and employment creation. But resetting Ghana goes beyond just the numbers. It involves resetting our values, our expectations, and the social contract that exists between leaders and citizens. Leadership must be accountable. Corruption is a cancer that erodes the very foundation of our nation. Every cedi that is stolen from the public purse represents a classroom that is robbed of textbooks. It represents a hospital that will go without medicines. It represents a road that will be left uncompleted. And it represents a young graduate that will be denied opportunity. Under my leadership, we're not just fighting corruption with words alone. We're strengthening institutions, protecting anti-corruption agencies from political interference, and ensuring that no individual, regardless of their status or party, is above the law. But government cannot win this battle alone. We must foster a national culture of integrity, where honesty is valued and public service is regarded as a sacred duty. Independence granted us freedom, but freedom demands responsibility. We need to re-establish discipline in our national life, discipline in how we manage public resources, discipline in adhering to the law, discipline in how we treat one another in public life. Patriotism should extend beyond just slogans. True patriotism must be shown through our everyday actions. The citizen who protects public property, the public servant who treats every Ghanaian with respect, and the entrepreneur who opts to invest his resources in Ghana's future. Above all, we must place country above party, above tribe, and above personal interest. Citizens, Ghana is bigger than any one of us. To the young people of this country, I see you, I hear you, and I believe in your potential. You belong to a generation that is armed with tools and opportunities that earlier generations could hardly have imagined. In your hands, a smartphone transforms into a classroom. In your hands, a smartphone transforms into a business platform. In your hands, a smartphone transforms into a creative studio and a gateway to the global economy. However, I also recognize your frustrations, and that is why government is investing in digital infrastructure, entrepreneurship programs, and innovation hubs across the country, from Accra to Kumasi to Tamale, Takrady, Ho, and Koforidua. We're reforming education to meet the needs of the modern economy and expanding internship and apprenticeship programs to bridge the gap between school and the world of work. But success will also depend on discipline, resilience, and excellence. And let me give you sound advice. The future belongs to those who prepare for it. Permit me to congratulate the 52 outstanding students who received the President's Independence Day Award for school children earlier this week. I also commend Keta Secondary Technical School for winning the 69th Independence Day quiz competition. And I extend my congratulations to the winners of this year's National Debates Competition. All of you represent the promise of Ghana's future. My fellow countrymen and women, I'm pleased to announce that I have assented to the 24-hour Economy Authority Bill, and it has now become law. This historic reform will boost Ghana's productivity. Businesses will be incentivized to run across multiple shifts. Factories will operate around the clock, and services will become more accessible to our citizens. 1,000 new jobs will be generated across various sectors, ranging from manufacturing and logistics to security and transportation. This initiative will enable us to optimize the use of our national infrastructure and establish Ghana as a competitive industrial hub. And this is how we will create prosperity. I'm also pleased to announce that we're in the final stages of setting up the Women's Development Bank. This work has been under the leadership of our hard-working Vice President, Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman. Our women entrepreneurs have historically been the backbone of Ghana's informal economy, and yet too many of them face barriers to affordable credit. This Women's Development Bank will provide accessible financing, mentorship, and business support that is tailored to women-led enterprises. When women succeed, families thrive, and nations prosper. Women of Ghana, we are committed to investing so that you realize your full potential. Ghana's destiny is inseparable from Africa's destiny. Today, Africa is home to over 1.4 billion people and possesses the youngest workforce in the world. The African Continental Free Trade Area, which is based here in Accra, is one of the most ambitious economic integration projects in the history of the world. A unified market for African goods and services, a platform for African innovation, a foundation for Africa's economic sovereignty. Ghana will continue to lead by example, demonstrating that democracy, economic reform, and African unity can succeed together. As we approach the milestone of Ghana's 70th anniversary next year, let us reaffirm our national vision. A vision of a Ghana where no child will go to bed hungry. And a Ghana where education is accessible and empowering, a Ghana where healthcare is affordable and accessible, a Ghana with world-class infrastructure, a Ghana that produces what it consumes, a Ghana where merit and not connections decides opportunity, a Ghana that is digitally connected from Aflao to Hamile, a Ghana that preserves its forests and environment for future generations. This vision is within reach, but it requires our collective efforts. My fellow Ghanaians, 69 years ago, our nation was born in hope, and together we gather here this morning to renew that hope. The journey has not always been smooth. We have stumbled and often felt disappointed in ourselves. But we have never given up. There's resilience that defines the Ghanaian spirit still lives on. As your president, I pledge to serve with integrity, humility, and unwavering dedication to the welfare of our people. But Ghana's progress cannot rely solely on my leadership. It will depend on every citizen doing their part. Wherever you are, whatever you do your part with excellence. Do it for Ghana, do it for Africa, and do it for the generations yet unborn. Ladies, as I conclude, building prosperity, inspiring hope is not merely today's theme. It is our national mission. Today we celebrate how far we have come, and when we leave here, tomorrow we must commit ourselves to how far we will go. May God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong. Long live Ghana and long live African unity. I thank you.
Of the 59th Independence Anniversary Address. Thank you, Your Excellency. The parade commander will now invite the Forces Sergeant Major, Chief Warrant Officer Ado Daniel, to lead the contingent in giving 3 hearty cheers to the President of the Republic of Ghana and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces.
Thank you. Chase! To the front!
Sergeant Major, Chief Warrant Officer Ado Daniel was born in Kede in the Eastern Region. He attended Dunkwanta Secondary School in the Oti region for his ordinary level certificate and Kumasi Polytechnic for Royal Society of Arts Stage 3 accounting option. He holds a higher national diploma in accounting from the same institution and a Bachelor of Science degree in accounting from the University of Professional Studies. Chief Warrant Officer Ado Daniel also holds advanced certificates in industrial security management, forensics and investigations from the University of Ghana Business School, and a Master of Arts in Peace, Security and Intelligence Management from the University of Professional Studies.
Good morning, Your Excellency. May I have your permission? Carry on with the year. Your Excellency.
He was enlisted into the Ghana Army on 5th January 1996 and posted to 4th Infantry Battalion in Kumasi until his current appointment as a Forces Sergeant Major of the Ghana Armed Forces. Chief Warrant Officer Ado Daniel has served with distinction as a Machine Gun Warrant Officer at the Army Combat Training School, the Regimental Sergeant Major for Ghana Battalion in the Democratic Republic of Congo Battalion, and Command Sergeant Major Central Command Headquarters in Kumasi, and the Sergeant Major of the Ghana Army.
Right! Remove headdress. Remove. On the review officer, the President and the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama. Chabai! Hey! Chabai! Hey! Chabai! Hey! Ghana, Oja! Yeah! Yeah! Ghana, Oja! Yeah! Yeah! Ghana! Yeah! Ghana! Hey! Right! We'll replace headdress. Replace!
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and that was the 40th Sergeant Major Chief Warrant Officer Ado Daniel leading the contingent to give 3 cheers to the President of the Republic and the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Your Excellency, hand over. May I have your permission to follow Your Excellency? Yes, Your Excellency.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to announce that today marks the birthday of Her Excellency the First Lady, Mrs. Lordina Mahama. Happy birthday, Your Excellency. And before the parade marches off, let us kindly note that the Ghana Armed Forces will not hold Open Day this year. Any inconvenience for us is deeply regretted. However, there will be fireworks display at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle, popularly known as Accra, Dubai, near Obra Sports, this evening at 7 p.m.
Right! So,
The parade commander will now ask permission to march off the colors and the remaining of the parade.
Your Excellency, the 69th Independence Anniversary Parade over. May I have your permission to march off the colors and the remainder of the parade? Your Excellency. Your Excellency. National salute!
Shall we please rise for the national anthem?
Free! Arms!
Please be seated. Thank you.
No! March of the
We have come to the end of this year's Independence Day anniversary parade. I humbly request that you remain seated as our dignitaries take leave of the ground. We will see the President of the Republic of Ghana taking leave of us first, followed by the Prime Minister of the Federation of States, Kate and Nevis, and then followed by the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. We would like to express our sincere appreciation to you all for your attendance and participation. I am Lieutenant Colonel Rita Anane from the Department of Public Relations, Ghana Armed Forces, and I have been your mistress of ceremonies for today's program. My co-master of ceremonies is Mr. Daniel Feni, Head of Public Relations Unit of the Ghana Education Service. We wish you all safe journeys as you travel to your various destinations, and may God richly bless us all. Thank you. There won't be any open day by the Ghana Armed Forces in all garrisons this year, and any inconvenience caused is deeply regretted. There will be fireworks display at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle, popularly known as Accra, Dubai, near Obra Sport, this evening at 7 p.m. You are all invited. Thank you.
Twice say, take over.